Oakland. That's what you know. How do you feel about the matchup?
Oh, they're a good basketball team. Very offensively gifted. Have one of the top, leading scorers in the country at their guards position. Have a really good inside post kid too. So they're, historically one of the best offensive teams in the country, and they can really put numbers up. So we have to. We're going to have a really good night guarding. We're going to have a good night executing wise. It's a good basketball team.
You mentioned that you might have your full team together for the first time in 5 weeks. Everybody looking good?
Everybody's back and healthy. I'd say, KP's not back where he was before the injury, but I'd say he's about 85–90%. Dave's still wearing his mask, but we're as healthy as we've been in, like you said, Joe, probably 5 or 6 weeks.
Not that you were out of the basketball mode, but you didn't play. You feel the guys are rested and ready?
Yeah, we've had a good week. We gave the guys off, I think it was, 4 days since the last we played, right? Saturday, Sunday off, Tuesday off, Friday. Very spirited practices, very intense. Maybe a little too physical. I mean, we really have gotten after it the last couple of days. So, we'll have a light one today and get ready for tomorrow.
Coach, can you tell me what it feels for you, just as a coach, being back in the postseason since your last postseason experience was at Gannon? What does it feel like for you as a coach? I'm excited and proud of where we've come from. Took a little bit slower than I wanted it to. I mean, if I'm honest. Proud of our guys in terms of how hard we've worked and how hard we've persevered through this year, with the injuries, with the challenges of so many road games. To be able to host a playoff game like this in the CIT, I want to make a comment clearly that it's not where our aspirations are to be. Our aspirations are clearly to win the Horizon League and be in the NCAA tournament. But in the same breath, for the first time in Youngstown State's history as a Division I program, to be in a postseason tournament like this is something that I'm happy for the university and I'm proud of our program, and it's certainly going to help us in recruiting.
Coach, you talked about Oakland's offense defensively, at least numerically, not very impressive, particularly almost half their opponent's shots are going in the hole. What kind of things make them vulnerable defensively?
They're not a terrible defensive team. They're a defensive team that takes a lot of chances, will get out and attempt a lot of steals. Actually, I think they're a fairly good defensive team for about the first 10 to 15 seconds of the shot clock. If you can make 3 or 4 or 5 passes against them and be a little bit patient, then I think you can get a lot of really good shots against them. Now that's a double-edged sword, Jim, because we like to play fast and we want the tempo in this game to be really fast. We want to try to get it up. It was enjoyable as a coach the last 3 to 4 days of practice to see our speed back in practice. I think one of the things that we had an advantage in the Horizon League was I thought we were one of the fastest teams in the league. Well, when KP went out, we lost that, and so there's a fine line there between playing fast and then, being able to get into the clock a little bit, and that's something that we're going to have to do with some basketball IQ.
Jerry, I don't know if you can answer this. There's talk Oakland could be a future member of the Horizon League. Are they a good fit, or do they be a fit for this league?
Well, Dana, in the landscape of college basketball and how much it's changing, and now it's starting to change at, I would say the mid-major, levels also, with schools leaving, the Ohio Valley, CAA, the Missouri Valley. It's affecting everybody across the country, and obviously it's affected us because of Butler. You know, now you look at a school, I'm sure in their minds that it's an awesome fit. Who wouldn't want to be in a league that is a total bus league for them, rather than going to North Dakota twice, South Dakota, UMKC, you know, in terms of their feel, I'm sure they would say yes. Now, is it a fit for our league? That's to the powers to be. You know, I mean, that to me is, you know, they have a good basketball tradition. They spend a lot of money in men's basketball.
I guess I should rephrase it, are they a good basketball fit?
Yeah, they're a good I mean, they're a good basketball team. I mean, there's no doubt about that. You know.
What, if anything, does their early season win over Valpo say?
I mean, nothing. They're a good basketball team. I mean, they play a they play a tough schedule every year to generate funding for them to be able to charter and do some things that make them so successful in you know, in the summit. And you know, that's they're a good basketball team that's had a tremendous amount of success in the postseason, whether it's been in the NCAA or the CIT, or, you know, they're good.
Has the tournament told you what could happen if you're victorious tomorrow night?
No, it's an interesting deal. You know, that's an interesting question, because what the CIT does is that they reshuffle after everybody plays through the first round. You have no idea what's going on until Thursday morning, and they just totally reshuffle the whole tournament. And it all comes down to who wants to host a game, who wants to bid for a host of a game, and then they'll look at the geographics involved with it. So there's no, like, you know, you look at the CBI right now and the NIT and the NCAA tournament, and there's like a bracket how it plays out. You look at the CIT, and after round one, there'll be, what, 16 teams left? There'll be 16 teams left, and at the end of that, and through the course of that night, on Wednesday night and Tuesday, they will reshuffle. Somebody's going to end up getting a home game, and then somebody else is going to end up traveling, and they'll try to keep it as geographically friendly, you know, as they can.
But you wouldn't play till Saturday or Sunday then, for sure.
I do not know the dates on that right now, Jim, off the top of my head.
So the possibility of going to Hawaii is still out there?
And if we go, we're going to take you and Joe with me. You guys can be on the flight.